Okay, so I'm going to point out one of the features of your information menu, and that is this setting right here called exposure compensation. So when you're using the metering mode, which is the previous video, hopefully, it's basically deciding what part of the frame it's going to use to measure light and decide on how to properly expose the shot. And I'm not going to go into that, but the other thing you have that works with exposure is the exposure compensation. The default is that the camera is trying to expose properly to properly light the scene by basically taking a look at what's going on and taking a shot. So I'm going to go ahead and take a shot here with the camera set on its default 0 mode. And so what you'll see is that everything looks pretty fine. It's not too bright, not too dark. It read the whole scene and made that decision. But I can go down to that menu and change that. And you'll see that as I'm moving exposure compensation up, it goes all the way up to 5 stops. So it's 5, I'm not gonna say 5 times, but 5 units of measurement brighter than what the camera's trying to do to properly expose it. So I'm gonna push this up all the way to 4, just so you can see the difference. And you should see it right away. And that shot right there. Okay, let me do this again because I forgot to save it. So I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to go up to 4 stops. And I'm going to hit OK. Now I see that it's 4 stops above. And I'm going to take that shot again so you can see what it looks like. And now instantly you can see that the shot is much more exposed. It's more towards the high key type photography. So if you compare this to this, you can see the differences are apparent even without seeing the full shot. And now I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to go back to the information menu, and I'm going to drop it down 4 stops. So I'm going to intentionally make the shot darker. And this time, because I learned by my mistake, I'm going to hit OK, and just check to make sure that that -4 is there. I'm going to take the same shot. So there you can see that it's really, really dark. In fact, it's so dark I can barely even see it. So I'm going to show you the image in post just so you can see the comparison between the 3. But kind of going back, if I was looking at, there's the one that's too dark, you can't even really see it. There's the +4, and there's the normal exposure mode. So that's basically what you're doing when you're working with that exposure compensation item.